On this episode of Goofing Off, we bring back Animate with a brand new anime. Games on a Budget is back. And Juror finally finishes the Five Nights at Freddy's series on a brand new Juror Ventures. Welcome back to another episode of Goofing Off. It's a new semester, so that means a new show. So, Jur, where's Andrea? Well, as we can see, my co-host Andrea is not here. And no one seems to know where she is. Well, even though she's not here, let's jump right into Mainstream Mike and see what he has for us this week.
Hey everybody, I'm Mainstream Mike, your captain in the gaming mainstream. We're back once again to talk about the latest and newest game releases. Now for this first show, I'm going to be giving you guys the rundown for this season, so let's break out the top 4 list. Why top 4? Because I think it sounds better than top 5. So let's get started. Number 1, Unravel. At last year's E3, creative director Martin Sahlin took the stage to tell the world of gaming about his vision for his character, Yarny. He was stuttering, shaking, and nervous beyond belief, but it made an impression on the people at E3, remembering how not all gaming corporations are run by evil corporations. While this character reminded me of Little Big Planet, I felt I had to play this game just to test this man's vision. Let's hope EA didn't interfere too much. Number 2, Far Cry Primal, developed by Ubisoft. Oh, please, please let it be good. It's another installment in the Far Cry franchise, which takes the gamer back to 10,000 BC, to a time where humans are not top dog in the food chain and must fight for their position. This is a first-person shooter and has only one goal: survive. We play as one lone hunter who is the last of his tribe as we try to get through the world. Number 3. Okay, so this one is cheating a bit. No solid release date has been confirmed, but I wanted to put this on screen. The Last Guardian for PS4. Let me put this into perspective for you guys. This game was first announced back in 2009, and I was in my sophomore year in high school. That is how long I've wanted to play this game. All in all, I would love to review it on the show. Who wouldn't want to take control of a dog, cat, chicken beast? Yeah. So, number 4, we have Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. So if any of you haven't played any of the Uncharted games before, you have some enjoyable homework to do. These games are great, and here's hoping that 4 is the best of the best. It takes place sometime after the events of Uncharted 3, and Nathan Drake has been living a quiet life with Elena, the main girl from the last game. But now Drake is back for one more score. What's the score? How is the game? Wait for the review and find out. Well guys, that's the hopeful lineup for this semester. I hope you like it because I certainly do. So, until next time, I'm Mainstream Mike, saying, see you later guys.
So, since no one's here besides me, I'm gonna say that this semester is gonna be all about me and anime. That's right, I'm going to make this a whole show, 27 minutes of anime, non-stop, commercial-free. And with that in mind, let's see what I have for us this week on Animate. Hello anime fans, I'm Brendan O'Hara and welcome to another semester of Animate. It's a new year and that means new anime. And while this season in general has been okay, one show has definitely separated itself from the pack, and that anime is Erased. This anime follows Satoru Fujinuma, a 29-year-old man who lives a seemingly normal life, attempting to make it big in the manga industry, working hard at a local pizza shop to make ends meet, putting up with random visits from his mother. Oh yeah, he can also travel through time. Through a phenomena he calls revival, Satoru finds himself traveling back in time in small intervals, typically 5 to 10 minutes, and he keeps traveling back over and over until he can prevent some sort of tragedy or accident. Whether it be a small child being hit by a truck or preventing a kidnapping, Satoru has become used to this lifestyle. This all changes when he begins to remember a tragedy from his past. 3 children were kidnapped and found dead. Among them was Kaio Hinazuki, a peculiar girl with no friends that Satoru feels partially guilty over not being able to save or befriend her all those years ago. When tragedy once again strikes in his life, Satoru finds himself traveling back in another revival. Only this time he finds himself in his 10-year-old body. Satoru then realizes he's been sent back to do what he was never able to do all those years ago: save Kaio Hinazuki. In the troves of mech anime and romantic comedies, this anime has stood out like a sore thumb in the best way possible. The first episode was a solid debut, and in the following episodes it hasn't lost its stride one bit. With a combination of an extremely intriguing concept and wonderful execution, Erased has been a joy to watch. Animation is great, and I appreciate all the little stylistic choices, like how all the scenes in the past are in widescreen, to the film reels that appear from time to time. It definitely gives you the feeling something much bigger is going on behind the scenes. But my favorite thing about this show is just how much it gets you thinking. Not only about the lives of these characters, but your own life as well. If you had the chance to go back and change things, would you? And if you could, how or what would you change? And what if no matter how much you did differently, how many changes you made, you always somehow found yourself coming to the same result, unable to change a thing, as if you did the same exact things all those years ago? These are some of the great questions Erased brings up, and I look forward to seeing where the series goes. You can catch Erased on Crunchyroll and Funimation, and if you're looking for a promising mystery series, you should check it out. That's all I have for you this time, but fear not, I have plenty more for you this semester. As always, be sure to tweet any thoughts, comments, or recommendations you might have at ZTV Goofing Off using the hashtag Animate. Who knows? Your favorite anime might just appear. Until next time, I'm Brendan O'Hara, and this has been Animate. Well, with all the excitement so far, we have to take a quick break. Be sure to stick around, we'll be right back. I wonder if we do the whole show with anime, then a lot of people... Welcome back! So, while you guys were gone, I was telling my producer we need to change the host bits and just make me the official host. We're still working out the kinks, but until we do, let's check out what Kyle has for us on this week's Face Off.
Welcome to another episode of Face Off. This is different from our usual Face Off game challenge. Each episode I'm going to be comparing the mechanics of 2 games and explaining why it works in one and why it doesn't in the other. So let's begin. The Legend of Zelda is one of Nintendo's most recognizable franchises, right next to Mario and Pokemon. Celebrating its 30th anniversary this year, the Legend of Zelda series is home to countless games that span across every single Nintendo console and handheld. Today I want to take a look at 2 of these games, A Link to the Past and Majora's Mask, released on the SNES and the N64 respectively. Many people believe that Zelda's transition to 3D took the franchise in an unwanted direction and hail the classic 2D titles as what a true Zelda game should be. But if you delve deeper into these 2 games, you'll see that while they're very similar, they are vastly different. Let's start with A Link to the Past. This game is held by many not only as the best Zelda game of all time, but as one of the greatest video games of all time. Released in 1991, this game became the 3rd entry in the Zelda franchise and followed more closely to the style of the first Legend of Zelda game rather than the second. This game expanded upon the first game by replicating the same mechanics and gameplay, but improving upon them drastically. But it also took the franchise in another direction, a story-based direction. See, while everyone bashes Ocarina of Time for having such a story-heavy background, they don't want to admit that A Link to the Past was the game that moved the franchise in this direction. In the first 2 games, you just got thrown into a world, unsure of your goal. In A Link to the Past, you're directly told of your goal through the game through dialogue. That's not necessarily a bad thing, except when you implement it poorly. A Link to the Past just throws the plot at you at various points throughout the game, and most of the time it's just lore. Not to mention NPCs who feel lifeless and boring, which takes away from the atmosphere of the game. These 2 factors are mostly what brings Link to the Past down, but the other main point is the exploration. Now, the first 2 Legend of Zelda games were all about exploration. You were given nothing, so naturally, you had to discover everything. In A Link to the Past, you're spoon-fed everything you need to know, but yet the game still tries to hide necessary items in hidden dungeons you would never stumble upon unless you knew they were there. You can't just change the game mechanics halfway through, especially in a game like Zelda. Secondly, I bring Majora's Mask to the table. Released in 2000 as a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask had a production time of less than a year and still managed to receive critical acclaim. Now, like I said earlier, these two games are very similar, yet vastly different. That's because Majora's Mask implements many of the same mechanics as A Link to the Past, but utilizes them in such a way that they complement the game beautifully. As for the story, only the beginning and the end are plot-heavy, with little details sprinkled throughout the game as you complete the 4 dungeons. Exploration is also heavily encouraged in this game, but it isn't necessary to beat the main storyline, which makes it 100% fun rather than a chore. Finally, Majora's Mask has some of the most interesting characters of the whole franchise. The many NPCs of them each have something unique to offer to the world of Majora's Mask, be it through a quest, a simple request, or just being quirky and hilarious. They make you feel like you want to help them, not like you're forced to. Majora's Mask took the elements that fell short in A Link to the Past and implemented them to work almost flawlessly. I could go on for hours about how every little detail in Majora's Mask is special or significant, but unfortunately I don't have that kind of time. For this battle, the winner is Majora's Mask. So what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Be sure to let me know by tweeting at ZTV Goofing Off using the hashtag FaceOff. I'm Kyle Glockner, and I'll see you next time on Face Off.
Well, we're halfway through our show, but don't fret, we have Cam's Cam. Let's see what game Cameron is playing. While you're watching, I'm gonna take a quick break.
Hello everyone, welcome to a terrifying episode of Cam's Cam. I'm your host Cameron, and today we'll be playing Spooky's House of Jump Scares.
Spooky's House of Jump Scares is a game created by Akuma Kira and Psychobilly 2422 in Game Maker. The object of the game is to make it through 1,000 floors of jump scares created by the main antagonist, the ghost, Spooky. In the first 50 rooms of the game, you will be surprised by specimen number 1, or the cardboard cutout. These creatures look adorable and will sometimes feel like a cheap jump scare, but in reality, they're just lulling you into a false sense of security. As the player progresses through the game, they will notice notes on some of the cardboard cutouts or even in the save rooms. Each note is different. It tells the story of a different person that has tried the same trek you're going on. Make it to room number 1000 and get the treasure. But they all come to one fate: death. In the first 300 rooms, every 50 rooms will contain a checkpoint for the player. This checkpoint will provide as a respawn in case the player is to die within the next 50 rooms. After the 300 rooms are up, the player will only get a checkpoint every 100 rooms for the rest of the game. Upon entering room number 60, the player will see that there is a puddle in the middle of the floor. Stepping in it does nothing. I tried to avoid it, leave the room as fast as I could, but unfortunately, the room wouldn't let me. Said I had to look around. So once I investigated the room further, I discovered a note. Upon picking it up, specimen number 2, the first true horror, started attacking. His power is simple, leaving muck in every room that you enter, slowing you down, making his chase so much easier. Specimen number 2 can also fly, so the maze, or the abyss as some people like to call it, has no effect on him. He will float right over the holes. Every now and then, the player will come to a room that contains a puzzle. I ran into a similar puzzle with that thing that just jumped at me and pushed me all the way back until I solved the puzzle. I don't know what the puzzle was, I didn't understand anything about it, but I got through. That's the important thing. Overall, this game is very entertaining, and for it being free, you can't go wrong. And with 10 different monsters chasing you down, it'll definitely keep you on your toes. So for any of you gamers out there looking for a scare, this is your game.
That wraps up this episode of Cam's Cam. Join me next time. Got any games for you to suggest for me to play? Tweet me at #CamsCam at ZTV Goofing Off. I'll see you guys next time. Laters.
So I got in trouble from Juror for leaving set since it wasn't a real break. But the good news is we're at our second break for real this time. So sit back and relax because we've got much more in store for you when we come back. Stay tuned.
Like what you see here on Goofing Off? Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube page. And also check out our Instagram.
So guess what's back, Andrea? That's right, we're bringing back Games on a Budget. Let's see what kind of deals Dominic has for us this week.
Hi everybody, I'm Dominic Fermili and this is Games on a Budget. Today I'll be looking at Punch Club, a nostalgic boxing sim game with amazing pixel visuals and 80s and 90s references all over the place. In Punch Club, you play as a character whose father is a fighter and killed while you're still a child. Now grown, your goal is to become a great fighter like your dad while trying to find the man who killed him. Like in any sim, you need to keep your character fed, well-rested, and happy. You also need to earn money, which can be done by winning fights or getting a job around town. On top of all that, you have to train your strength, agility, and stamina daily. The time cycle will dictate when your next fight is, and you'll find if you skip out on training for a day, your stats will take a hit. That being said, you could always take a day to sit around watching TV, eat some questionable pizza, or try your luck at getting a girlfriend. It's important to find the right balance in everything that needs to be done, and can sometimes be a bit of a grind. But as you advance in the story, there will always be something added in the mix to keep things interesting. Punch Club was developed by Lazy Bear Games, published by TinyBuild, and is now available on Steam for $9.99. Know of any good cheap games, like what I had for you today? Be sure to tweet at ZTV Goofing Off using the hashtag GOAB. Until next time, I'm Dominic Fermuli, keeping your wallets full with games on a budget.
All right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Juror and his horror games. That's right, let's see if Juror can survive this week's Juror Ventures.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Juror Ventures. So it's a new semester, new year, and I was told I have to play Five Nights at Freddy 3 because I played 1, 2, and 4. I am not excited about this, but let's do this. Up for the
You're not gonna believe it. We found one. A real one. Gotta go, man. Well look, it's in there somewhere. I'm sure you'll see it. Okay, I'll leave you with some of this great audio that I found. Talk to you later, man.
Up for the humanity of Juror! I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. It got dark and I got scared. I don't want to play this anymore. Ah! Oh! This is torture. Ah! 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 I can't see anything. This is scary. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Hello? Someone just say hello to me! I can't take this anymore! Why do I do this to myself? I don't even know how to use the mask! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die! I can't do this. How do I use the mask? How do I do this? Oh. What is this? Ah! I think I died already. I don't know. I died. I don't know what happened. I can't do this. I can't. Can I not play this? It's right there. How do I? Oh, it's gone. Video error! Oh no, please no. I'm hyperventilating. What is that word? When you get really anxious! I don't know. Oh, I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Woo! 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 This is really scary. All you hit this whole thing's gonna be me screaming. That's it. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm freaking out. My legs are like. I can't. This is so nerve-wracking. The music's getting intense. The music's getting intense. Please don't die. Please don't die. Okay, I mean, kill me so that I don't have to play this again, but then please don't die. All for the humanity of Juror! Ah! I saw you! What am I supposed to do when I see them? Do I just like stare at them? What am I supposed to do? I don't know. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out here! Oh my gosh! I am freaking out! I might die! I might die! This audio is gonna be horrible. Ah! Ah! I see you! Go away! Be gone! Be gone! Oh. Fix it. Go away! Go away! Go away! Oh, I made it! Oh! All for the humanity of Juror! Ah! 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 What is that? What is that? Oh, I'm not dead yet! I'm not dead yet! Ventilation! Ventilation! Save yourself! All for the humanity of Juror! Okay, I think it should be safe. Ah! Where are you? Go! Ah! Oh, am I still alive? I'm still alive. What the heck? They keep tricking me to believe that I'm like dying. Ah! Where'd you come from? He just casually walked up to me and killed me. What is this? So this is this week's Juror Ventures, where I play Five Nights at Freddy 3. If you want to see me play all the other games, make sure to check us on YouTube at ZTV Goofing Off. If you want me to play a game that's scary, hashtag Juror Ventures to our Twitter page, and who knows, maybe you'll see me playing it. Hopefully not. But yeah, that's all we have for this week. See you guys.
Well, sadly, that's all we have for you this week on Goofing Off. If you missed our show and want to see what we covered this week, check out our YouTube page at ZTV Goofing Off. And be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to check out our Instagram. I'm Brennan O'Hara, and thank you for taking the time to goof off with us. No. That's hard to get my voice. Oh, nail, 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 nail. Will we get hit with fair use if I start doing cha-cha slide? Too much excitement. Okay. Is my mic good? Okay. Goodness gracious. All the bloopers go bloop, bloop, bloop.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. To find out how you can make Emmy-winning media, visit the UA School of Communication online. ZTV. Make media. Make a difference.